Good afternoon. We're continuing our series of readings in the Bible on day 23 with A Storm at Sea. At present, we're looking at disaster stories and natural wonders recorded in the Bible, and we're drawing towards a close of the Old Testament ones. Today, I'm reading from Psalm 107, verses 29 to 32. Some people sail over the seas in ships, earning their living on the great waters. They see what Yahweh is capable of, his wonderful deeds in the deep. He gives the order, and a mighty wind begins to blow, stirring up the waves. Their ships are lifted high up towards the sky and then plunge down into the depths. In such peril, the sailors' courage melts away. Stumbling and staggering like drunkards, all their skill is of no avail. Then in all their misfortune they call out to Yahweh, and he saves them from their distress. He calms the raging storm, and the waves quieten down. The calm makes them glad, and Yahweh brings them to the safe haven they desire. So they should thank Yahweh for his steadfast love, and for the wonderful things he does for them. They should proclaim his greatness when people gather together, and praise him in front of the council of the elders. This description of a storm at sea comes from the pen of a superb poet who may have experienced such a storm, or who perhaps knew someone who had. The writer refers to the navigators doing business in great waters, which inclines me to think more of the Mediterranean rather than just the lakes of the Jordan Valley. This whole poem is about people getting into trouble, often potentially lethal trouble, who then pray to God in their distress so that Yahweh saves them, and they give thanks in public for their deliverance. In that we see the writer's purpose, which is to reassure us that our sufferings are not pointless because they lead us to prayer and to salvation. The Israelites were descended from land-dwelling nomads, and for them the wayward and uncertain ways of the sea were analogues for the chaos that existed before creation, before, to their minds, God tamed the waters and gave them uncrossable boundaries. After that, the storms came to symbolize God's power for them. And here in this psalm, Yahweh, in answer to the sailor's prayer, is able to calm everything down and enable them to fulfill their mission and get to the port which they were seeking. For us, this is a reminder to pray about our troubles and an encouragement to count our blessings. Now, in the next few days, days 24 to 29, we will look at some of the very few examples of extreme phenomena from the New Testament. And we'll start tomorrow with a very familiar story, and we'll ask ourselves, what maybe the Star of Bethlehem actually was. Day 24 tomorrow. See you then.